Hello and welcome to another tips and tricks. Now I've had a lot of requests asking about the animation techniques that we use in our short films, for example the Fnaf movie. Animation isn't a black art, but it does take many years to grasp, and it's something that even the best animators in the world will admit is never really mastered. You're always learning new things. But to get you on the road to becoming an animator, there are certain rules that you can apply that will help guide you in creating realistic movement. Because there's so much to learn, I'm going to split this into a number of smaller, bite-sized videos. In this first video, we're going to learn about the two main techniques used when animating. And these are called straight ahead animation and pose to pose. Pose to pose animation is the technique of drawing key poses. Let's have a look at a walk cycle as an example. With a walk, there are a few key poses that make up the cycle. The two main ones are where the heels touch the ground. So we have one where the left foot is leading, and then another where the right foot is leading. These are our two key poses for our walk. Now remember that this is for a walk cycle. Some animation can have many more key poses depending on how complex they are. But the thing to remember is that a key pose is usually one very clear pose or position in the movement. So in this case, when each foot touches the ground. We then have what are called breakdown poses. These are the poses that happen between those main keys. So again, using our walk cycle as an example, we have one main breakdown that happens right in the middle of the two key poses. And this is where one leg passes the other. So we now have three poses. The final step is the in-betweens. These are the smaller changes that make up the rest of the movement between the other keys. So in this case, we need two. One where the left back foot is lifting, and the other where it's about to touch the ground. So in total there are 5 key poses to this part of a walk cycle. By concentrating on where all the key moments in the movement happen, the animator can map out the main poses, and by adding the breakdowns and in-betweens build up a solid animation. With straight ahead animation, the animator is moving forward through the animation in a linear fashion. So unlike pose to pose, where the animator will jump ahead of time to find all the main poses that make up the animation, with straight ahead the animator moves each segment one frame at a time. So in the walk animation example, the animator may start by having the right foot stretched out in front. They'll then move one frame ahead and start to lift the left leg while the right toes make contact with the ground. Stop motion animation always uses the straight ahead technique, as there's no other way of jumping ahead without taking it one frame at a time. It really helps to understand these two techniques before venturing further into animation. Generally, most 3D and 2D artists will use the pose to pose technique, but the straight ahead technique does have some advantages in that the style of the animation can contain a lot more subtle variants that give an animation a unique style and flavour. Next week we'll be looking at squash and stretch, one of the 12 principles of animation. Learning these will help you to achieve realistic and appealing animations. So I hope this quick overview was of some use, and if you did enjoy the video, please remember to like it. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.